Welcome back to another episode of Random Videos with Brandy. I'm Brandy. Good to see you guys. If you're new here, thanks for coming. Subscribe. If you're not, thanks for coming back. Subscribe. So, the other night we were talking about the MLM stuff, and I went ahead and posted an extra video for you guys so you could have the info on the MLM I was telling you guys about that I couldn't find to save my life that night. Anyways, I'm going to tell you guys what the difference is today between CBD and CBG because someone asked that night in the comments, and some people were kind of confused about what CBG is. They had never heard of CBG. I see a glare on my glasses. I'm sorry about that, you guys. But basically, the main thing about CBD is that the receptors in our brain, they don't have the tolerance. Their tolerance for CBD is a high tolerance. You know what I mean? Like the CBD, the receptors in our brain are tolerant to CBD. They're not very tolerant to CBD. If you have a high tolerance to something, it means it doesn't go into your body. It's concentrated, right? Isn't that the way you say it? Basically, your receptors have a low affinity for CBD. Anyways, but if you're curious about what the receptors are, it's basically the thing in your brain that would let's see. It's kind of what makes the connection for your body to say okay and let it go into the oh my gosh, how do you pronounce it? Endocannabinoid system of our body. And once it gets there, and it's absorbed and everything, that's when you feel the effects of the CBD. But with CBD, because of it not taking well to the receptors, if you take 5 drops, you're gonna feel the effects of excuse me. You'll feel the effects of maybe what 2.5 drops or 2 drops of CBG would do for you, and I'll explain why in a second. It's just not going to absorb, it's not all absorbing into your system, so some of it's going in your bloodstream, but there's a lot of that CBD that's kind of benign, it's going to come out of your body in other ways. So, anyways, where were we at? Oh yeah, I need to look at the camera. I forgot when I look at myself, I'm looking down. So, okay. Let's see. Yeah, basically, like with all things, whenever we digest, it comes out of our body, and our body can only understand what our receptors let it understand. And our receptors aren't letting the CBD get into the endocannabinoid system the way that CBG does. So with CBG, however, it's got the ability to interact with both your C1 and C2 receptors, and CB1 and CB2 receptors, and excuse me, I keep saying I don't know why I keep saying Anyways, in saying that, we kind of know that our body contains heat, right? Everyone knows that. But what a lot of people don't know is that whenever CBG is heated up, it, um, like everything, it acidifies because our body has acids in it. And when it acidifies, it it has qualities that make it become CBG and CBD. Like it turns into both. So your body absorbs it as both. So it's hitting all those receptors. It's hitting the CB1s and the CB2s, which means your endocannabinoid system is going to absorb all the CBG. So if you're spending your money, you're getting more bang for your buck. If you're going to buy one or the other, I would go for the CBG, because even if it costs a few bucks more, you're getting the full effect instead of having, with the CBD, you have to take twice as much. Hey, Coco, what's up, baby? Oh, my dog just came to bed. I was just on my phone over. Hey, puppy, what are you doing over there? Please don't knock the phone over. Please don't knock the phone over. Okay, lay down, we got okay? So CBG is still in trial phases right now, but they are treating some patients already with IBS for it. They have what's called the wow, 6 minutes in, and the phone gets knocked over when the dog comes in. Let's see, what was I going to tell you guys? Oh yeah, this is really exciting. They are doing research, or they did some research with lab rats, and they treated the lab rats for colon cancer, and it really literally like almost it basically cured these lab rats of colon cancer. So that could be a huge thing, when and if it's ever because oh yeah, also in the description I told you guys that I was going to tell y'all about if CBD and CBG get you high. Neither of them will get you high. You don't get a head change with either of them like you do with the flower. It's not gonna make you feel stoned or feel lightheaded or dizzy or whatever you think marijuana makes you feel like, or whatever you think that THC would make you feel like, because it doesn't have THC in it. And you're not gonna test positive on drug screens because there's no THC whatsoever in them. Let's see, what other questions would I think that you guys might have about? Let's see. I guess in closing, all I can say is that because CBG also forms CBD, it's taking care of more things. So I think maybe in the future it could replace CBD. It, there's a good possibility. And if it doesn't, I would be surprised. Also, I recommend any kind of natural, if you can do something natural you know rather than some type of pharmaceutical, I guess the word is. I always recommend doing the natural thing. And CBG and CBD have both been known to help with pain. They help, like I said, you won't get high off of them, but they will help you in other ways. And different strains that they make the different CBDs and CBG oils from different strains of marijuana they make it from are going to treat different conditions. So keep that in mind as well. Same way with, whenever they prescribe flour. So that's something to keep in mind. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment below. I have done quite a bit of research on this because it was really interesting to me. I am a smoker and I do enjoy, laying down at night, turning on a good TV show and smoking one. So, yeah, that's about it, you guys, for the CBD and CBG thing. I don't want to bore y'all and keep going on and on about it. But if you get the option to buy one or the other, I would say definitely go for the CBG instead of the CBD. But I'm not saying CBD is a bad thing. CBD is great. It's done tons of things for tons of people. If you Google right now, what all it's being used for. It's being used for tons of different things. And the medical world has come a long, long way with hemp-based products. Anyways, I'm going to cut it short. Say goodnight to you guys. And I love you all so much. You all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you in the morning. Have a wonderful Tuesday night. Good night.